Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm James Young.
And I'm Katie Heath. Here's what's coming up on the programme today.
As Greater Manchester tries to raise awareness of being more eco-friendly at the Green Summit, find out how the local community has also been doing its part.
Protests have taken place as a Conservative Party conference is underway in Manchester.
The oven doors are about to close after 160 years at a Manchester family-run bakery.
It's not a good feeling what I want anybody else to ever have to go through, but unfortunately all you need to do is open social media and every single day another place is closing down.
But first, on today's programme there is increased reporting that the northern leg of HS2 to Manchester will be scrapped.
Sophie Lyon has been following today's reports and speculation. Sophie, what is the latest on this?
Well, the latest today is that there's a lot of reporting that this afternoon Rishi Sunak will confirm the scrapping of the HS2. ITV's political editor Robert Peston is among those who've been tweeting about this story. Both he and The Guardian are also saying that the Prime Minister will call an emergency cabinet meeting tomorrow. You might remember that the HS2 leg to Leeds has already been scrapped. Now it seems that the high-speed line will only go as far north as Birmingham. It's also likely to be confirmed it will reach the outskirts of London, not Euston, where most of us in this region are used to getting the train to. Now there's speculation that Mr Sunak will use the funds that would have paid for HS2 and spend them on other projects in the north. It's worth saying finally that the government spokesman has said that this speculation is wrong. What's clear at the moment is that no one knows exactly what the next steps are.
Thanks, Sophie. Well, let's stick with politics now. Round the corner from us, just over there at the Lowry, the Greater Manchester Green Summit is taking place.
Mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham, is hosting where many local businesses are in groups in attendance to learn how to be more eco-friendly.
Our reporter, Callum Ewing, is live at the Lowry now with the latest from the summit.
Thanks, James. The summit is just starting to wrap up here, with the general feeling that there is still a long way to go before Greater Manchester reaches its eco-targets. The Conservative Party conference down the road has been in the media a lot recently because of the speculation around HS2, but here local leaders are laying out the future for a greener and Greater Manchester. Andy Burnham said that at the event it feels like the hardest moment of all on our journey towards net zero, and that we are significantly behind where we need to be. With this message in mind, I went to Clifton Neighbourhood Centre, where locals are starting to take initiative and plant the seeds towards the future.
There was an eco-tombola, a book swap, and even some free ice cream. Here in Clifton, an eco-festival was underway. But why?
Well, there's only one planet, and it's our younger people's future. So I think we have to sort things out before climate change causes even more problems. We have to look after our planet, it's a finite resource.
At the festival, there was a range of informative stalls, from Salford Litter Heroes to Fair Trade. There are lots of practical tips that we can do at home, as shown here.
So we've got free 4-minute shower timers so that people don't spend too long in the shower. We've got things so that children can time that they're brushing their teeth for 2 minutes. We've got gel which you can put into hanging baskets to make sure you don't use too much water in watering them. And then you've got leaflets which give water saving tips. So it's been really, really good.
Unsurprisingly, the busiest stall at the festival was ice cream. Gary Brooks is from an ice cream cone-making company based in Winton, and with the dairy industry a big contributor to climate change, he is even trying to make ice cream more eco-friendly.
If you think about eating it out of these are eco cups, but traditionally a lot of cups were paper, so therefore the paper would end up going back into landfill. A cone, you eat it. Perfect.
The Greater Manchester Green Summit is taking place today, with Andy Burnham talking earlier on about the targets for the region. Previously announced targets include the city region being carbon neutral by 2028, recycling 65% of our waste by 2035, and for all cars and buses to have zero emissions also by 2035. Salford City Councillor Choma Mbakwe will be attending the summit, and she outlines what she hopes to gain from going.
I'd love to speak to different people to see what ideas they've got, and I would like to take that on board. You need money because obviously fundings are the most important thing, and we can like see what people need to bring on and how we can get fundings to support them.
Reaching net zero, as I do, is simple.
After Rishi Sunak's recent decision to delay some of the UK's net zero deadlines, and with the Greater Manchester Green Summit upcoming, the UK's climate change plan has been put into the limelight. With events like this eco-festival taking place, let's hope more awareness is spread around the communities before we run out of time.
So some messages there about how little changes like taking shorter showers and picking up litter can have a big impact on the region. Well, I'm here with Martin from Environment Agency. Hello Martin, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What have you been doing here at the festival today?
One of our main aims for being here today is we've got loads of jobs at the Environment Agency, so we're looking for graduates and people from different backgrounds to come and work for us. We've got about 100 vacancies in the northwest, so if anyone's looking for a job at the Environment Agency, please get in touch.
What does Environment Agency do? What have you been trying to do around here at the conference?
Well, today, really, it's great to just network, work with other similar organisations to see how we can work better together to make the environment a better place. But we do a range of different things. We look after flood warnings, we give waste management advice, we also look at water quality and regulate the water industry. Fisheries, we look after those as well, so a broad spectrum of jobs. We've got about 10,000 staff in England, so we're here just to educate and make people aware about what we do.
Good, and what do you think Salford can do to increase the awareness around the environment?
Well, Salford have got a lot of opportunities to improve water quality, and we'll be able to support them on that.
Good, and so as you can see, Andy Burnham here at the local conference wants to help raise awareness and admit there is a long way to go.
The climate crisis has also been a hot topic at the Conservative Party conference this week too.
Yesterday there were protests against the Tory party by multiple groups, all with the hopes of a change in government in the next election. Our reporter Ewan O'Leary was there.
It's been less than a month since Rishi Sunak announced a scaling back of measures to reach net zero by 2050, the criticism as fierce as ever. People here at the protest march against the Conservative Party conference may have different views on the next government, but they all want to see the current government voted out. The climate crisis is a big reason for many here.
I think it's a massive problem. Firstly, I don't have any real illusions in the Tories' policy of net zero. I don't think it is a real strategy for reducing carbon emissions in the long term. However, I think the abandonment of net zero demonstrates that the Tories are willing to backtrack on environmental policies for short-term environmental gain.
The protest started with a gathering on Oxford Road, with lots of chanting and banners shown before the march through Manchester began. But despite these scenes of solidarity in the face of the current government, there is still little agreement on what the makeup of the next government should be.
I think the way that Starmer has sort of followed the Tories on the sort of woke agenda and the attacks on the environment is very worrying. But there's a whole host of other policies that, I'm sceptical that Starmer will make much difference on.
The Prime Minister has recently dodged questions on HS2, refusing to confirm that the highly controversial train line will even make it to Manchester. This has only heightened tensions during the conference. As pressure continues to mount on Sunak's government, people here have been given many reasons to come out and protest.
I hope that there are thousands of people there who are from all different walks of life, who have all different reasons to protest, whether it's anti-racist reasons, environmental reasons, trade union reasons, that we come together, that we show that the left and our movement is united against the Tories.
Ewan O'Leary, Quays News, Manchester.
One of Greater Manchester's oldest bakeries has announced they're closing their doors for good by the end of the year.
Yes, Robinson's Bakery in Failsworth, that has been open since 1864, has blamed the rise in energy costs for its closure as they prepare to turn their ovens off for the first time in 160 years. Afifa Raza has been to speak to the owners.
The Robinson family bakery had been open for generations. Today they are facing closure due to the increase in energy bills and cost of ingredients. It has been a much-loved pillar of the community, but due to financial pressure, closure is their last option.
All the prices of ingredients, sugar especially, butter, the cost of employing people, everything has gone up.
It has been a fixture on the Filsworth High Street for many years and will be missed by many loyal customers.
I could cry. Yeah, I'll miss it, definitely. For the muffins, for the meat, for the cakes, everything.
Devastated. Best bakers ever. Best in Greater Manchester, best I've been to. Quality of food's brilliant.
Robinson's Family Bakery has been family-led for generations, and it will continue to serve as a reminder for the challenges faced by small businesses and families. As they prepare to close their doors for the last time, the ongoing cost of living crisis takes another victim.
Well, everything's gone up. It's not just the electric problem, it's prices of all the ingredients. So we know from yourselves, so but to run a business, it must be very hard in this day and age. No, but there's no support.
The bakery, being 160 years old, has survived through 2 world wars, a recession, a pandemic, and many more obstacles.
It's heartbreaking to have this decision made for us now, considering all those things that we have survived through. I think COVID we just about got through, and then we've kind of managed to carry on until now, but the energy prices have been the thing that have killed us. So up until last month we had help from the government, and now that's been taken away, so our energy bills have gone up 4 times, and we just can't afford to pass that cost on to the consumer because they'll stop paying it.
The end of an era for the people of Filsworth as Robinson's Bakery prepare to close their doors permanently. Afifa Raza, Quays News, Manchester.
Next, a new addition to the quayside outlet, Central Bay, is a new project bringing visitors to the area. Our reporter, Jessica Canday, explores this new development.
Welcome to Central Bay, Salford's newest food court halls and one of the largest in the northwest. Soon to be home to over 20 kitchens bringing global cuisines in one single space. In the coming months, its waterfront area and 20 kitchen food venue will also become a host for pop-up events, live music and family-friendly activities, providing space for up to 600 guests. With Salford being home to over 200,000 people, many feel like the new development does not represent their reality, with a no-cash policy put into place, whilst others in the area, though, see this as an economic development.
It's going to be the future anyway, so I think we might as well just get used to it. It's certainly putting it on the map in and around this area is what's needed, certainly the infrastructure. I'm hoping it'll bring in a lot more jobs as well, because obviously that's required. And it's certainly in terms of monetary, that will bring in a lot of also for the local areas.
The much-loved establishment, locally known for its jerk chicken and spiced curries, Jerk Junction, can also be found here at Central Bay, becoming the establishment's 3rd location. This all comes after the devastating fire that blazed through its Chorlton branch, weeks before opening at Central Bay.
Yeah, all of them travel come here, come to see me. Some of them don't work here, but they still come to see me, and everybody's fine and everybody's happy.
A historic move for the city, as this £3.5 million development recognises the culinary talent and diversity in cuisines the city has to offer, and by doing so, opening its doors to visitors and rebranding Salford's previous misconceptions.
Something like this has been needed in the area. We've got a lot of offices around, a lot of residential areas, so we've had a huge footfall, a huge interest since we've opened. It's been great.
Young business owners like Mike and Gina also aid to this development.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of potential around here.
It seemed like when we had this opportunity, I thought it just made sense.
We keep getting a lot of the locals, and they keep coming back to us and say that this is what they really wanted out of Salford. So
developments are said to be taken further 4 weeks to complete, but until then, the locals look forward to the new look. Jessica Kande, Salford.
Right then, do you fancy learning how to play a new instrument?
Yeah, I do actually. A music shop in town in Deansgate offering free lessons is there. Holly Roberts has more.
Welcome to Forsyth Music Shop. This is one of the oldest businesses in Manchester and has been at the heart of music for over 165 years. And for the past 10 years, it's spent one weekend opening its doors to anyone who wants to learn an instrument and teaching them for free. Maybe I should learn an instrument.
Ted has been playing for 16 years and has recently started teaching double bass, and he wants to put the instrument in the shop window.
I'm teaching double bass and I'm teaching in the shop window downstairs, so we should get some pretty weird looks from people coming past. No, I say I'm excited to teach everyone. I feel like I think it's mostly sort of beginners that have never played a double bass before, probably because it's quite large and it's a bit awkward to carry around, so they've never had an opportunity to. So it's about providing that opportunity for people that have never had the chance.
For many musicians, learning and playing has allowed them to widen their social circle by playing in bands and being in choruses. While 69% of children in the UK are learning to play an instrument, statistics show that almost 30% of children and a quarter of adults in the UK have never played an instrument because of cost.
Learn to Play Day weekend is, well, it used to be just a day, that's why it's grown into a weekend. It's where we give out free lessons on lots of different instruments, just to encourage people just to give it a go. Lots of people, if they miss out on it when they're kids, don't think it's for them to learn an instrument when they get older.
Do you think everyone should try an instrument at some point in their life?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone who thinks, oh no, I'm tone deaf, I can't possibly. There's no such thing really. Everyone can, in some way or other, enjoy making music. We're not all going to be concert pianists, we're not all going to be the best in the world. It's about enjoying the creative process, and even the most simple things can give a great amount of pleasure. So absolutely, everyone should try making a bit of music.
In the past 10 years, Forsyths has spent the weekend teaching over 100 people instruments of their choice. They also work in partnership with the Royal Northern College of Music, using their students to help teach the lessons.
Well, I know someone who can play an instrument. She's one of country music's biggest stars, but at Shania Twain's Manchester concert, Salford graduate Ewan Job became a star himself.
Yeah, can you imagine this, studying fashion at Salford and Shania Twain is wearing your jacket at a concert? Be mad, that, wouldn't it?
It would be crazy.
Well, it certainly did impress her much. Holly Angus has more.
Global star Shania Twain brought University of Salford graduate Ewan Job on stage at her Manchester show last week after wearing the outfit he designed for her. The outfit caught the eye of the Queen of Country, so much so she brought Ewan on stage to promote the young designer and to sing his favourite song together.
In terms of getting the outfit to, which was ultimately the reason she pulled me up. So I did the outfit. I just had this idea that I wanted to do it. It was a massive dream of mine. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it because I'll regret it if I don't. So I did this literally the week before the gig. So it took about a week to put the outfit together. And it was the Friday. The show was on the Monday and this was the Friday. I put out a tweet and some Instagram posts, and I was just trying to get traction for it basically, and people were so lovely. They were sharing it and tagging her in it and everything. It was amazing the reaction that it got. And my idea was, well, if I sit down and if I don't want to just make something random that's 100% me. I was like, I want to make something that if I want her to wear it, she's got to mean something to her.
So what's next for this talented young designer?
I don't know. I kind of feel like the world's my oyster a bit. It's kind of there's so many things that I want to do. I know that she's starting her Las Vegas residency next year, and she said on stage, she was like, I can't wait to see more of your designs. So I don't know if there's an avenue to explore there, if she would be willing to have a piece on the Vegas show, because that would be, I feel like my dreams already come true. That would be like the next level.
Holly Angus reporting for Quays.
Do you like what I'm wearing today, Katie?
Yeah, it's a nice colour. It really suits you.
I might phone Shania Twain up and see if she can.
Yeah,
wear it
she might wear it in the next gig. That's all for Quays News this week. Make sure to join us again next Wednesday.
Yep. See you then. Goodbye.